Hi, this is Jody from Mystical Blossoms, and what we're doing here is we're teaching you how to use the loose smudge. Now, you can get a set of tongs that come. This is a charcoal disc. I'm lighting it, and what happens is it'll start to turn really gray, like a light gray color, and it does get hot. So what's happening is I lit the charcoal disc, and see how it's sparking? So the charcoal disc is getting really hot, and I'm just gonna wait until the disc kind of turns like a gray color. So what I have the disc in is this vessel. This is an abalone shell, but you can use like a heat-proof bowl or dish. Some people use like metal little bowls with like handles on them. And then I put a little bit of sand or dirt. You just want something so that the shell doesn't crack. And you can see the disc is turning like really hot here. So I'm just going to wait until it kind of comes like across more, and then I'm going to add a pinch. So in the meantime, what I want to do is talk about the smudge while that's going. So in here, these are some botanicals and herbs from the garden. So we have white sage. There's cedar from my backyard. I just wait until the cedar tree, when there's a storm, which we do have often in New Jersey, or snow, I'll go out afterwards and I'll collect the cedar that falls on the ground. In the summer, we have white sage, we have roses and lavender and cornflowers and all these other really pretty flowers that we harvest. And what we're doing is, so the reason that in your package there's little directions on there, and what it says is on the full moon we're releasing. So what that means is anything that you sit with yourself and you're like, you know what, I'm obsessing over this, or this is bothering me. Maybe it's a relationship, maybe there's a fear in your life. Anything that you really want to release, that's what you do on a full moon. And the reason that it's good to use the smudge is you're allowing yourself to create sacred space, and you're also writing down what it is you want to release. I put it on a piece of paper. I typically put it down by like the smudge, and then I just take some time to really think about that. Once I do that, I take a pinch of the smudge and I add it onto the charcoal disc. And you see how it's starting to smoke? So that's what I do on the full moon. It's a release. On the new moon, you come back and you do sort of a similar thing, except what do you want to bring into your life? So that's where you would set anything you want to manifest, and then work on, after the new moon, of course, doing the action of whatever it is that you want it to manifest. So if you want to buy a new car, what kind of actions, let's say, can you do to bring that in? The third thing is to cleanse and clear, as far as smudge goes, your space. So what I would do is I would, again, do the charcoal disc method, and then when I walk into my house, I go to the left-hand corner of the house, which is your money corner in feng shui, and that's where I start, and I hold that bologna shell, and I walk around the house, and I let that smoke. You can use a feather to kind of like waft the smoke, or you can just hold the shell and walk around with it. And then if it gets a little bit dim, you just add a tiny bit more on there. Less is more in the beginning, because I have had it like really smoking, and I don't like that, because then, it can cause like the smoke detector or alarm to go off. So anyway, back to smudging the house. So if you start in that left-hand corner, when you first walk in the door, you go in a clockwise position. Then you just end at the door and you just say a nice little prayer, like, only things of love and light can stay here and everything else must go. That's my sort of prayer that I do. One little thing that I do want to mention is I do not recommend saging if you have birds in the house. The reason I say that is they're very sensitive, and we are very, we love animals at Mystical Blossoms. one of our things, of course, is birds and wildlife. And at Christmas, we try to donate to our local wildlife refuge. So we really love birds. We grew up having birds, so they do not do good around the smoke. So I would say if you have a bird, just do it in one room or away from the bird. The other thing that you can do with your loose smudge is you can just add a pinch to the bathtub. This way you're taking a cleansing bath with the flowers and botanicals to cleanse and clear yourself in the tub. If you want to throw some Epsom salt in there, that's great. And let's see, Michaeline, what else do we have?
You can put it by your bedside.
Oh, yes,
in a bowl.
So
dreams.
There's mugwort in here, which is so good to remember your dreams. So what you can do is you can just put it in like an abalone shell or a little piece of pottery or a bowl, anything you have, and just put it by the bed, and it really does help you remember your dreams. And you can also stick a couple crystals in there if you wanted to. That's good too. Like moonstone is really good. I like that for bedtime. If you have nightmares, any black stones is good. All right, and that's it from the Mystical Blossom Sisters. Thank you so much. We hope you enjoy your loose smudge.